Hello, world. Welcome to the OG Ty Podcast with your host, Tyrone Dawson. And today we're going to talk about barbecue smoke ribs. The experience that I had when I purchased some barbecue smoke ribs. So on Friday around 6 p.m., my day was ending. I needed somewhere to park. I've been driving 12 hours in my truck. And it was time to park and get some good old food. So I'm going down Madison Highway. And all I can smell is grill cooking, ribs, whatever. You can smell it a block away. So as I pull up to the grill cooking, it also had truck parking spots. I seen all different companies parked there. They were walking in and out of this barbecue spot. This barbecue spot name is BBQ Country. It's located at 9719 James Madison Highway in Warrenton, Virginia, 20187. And my experience with them. So as I park my truck, I get out. I'm shutting everything down for the day. And all I could smell was ribs off the grill. I mean, it smelled amazing. So as I walk up to this fine dining restaurant, I open the door, and as I go, I realized they only had 3 items there. They had ribs, chicken, and collard greens. And they also had coleslaw. I said, "Excuse me, sir. Can I get some smoked baby back ribs?" He replied, "We are out of smoked baby back ribs." I said, "Okay, so what do you have?" He said, "We have roasted chicken and pulled pork." I don't know what the heck pulled pork is. So I said, "What is pulled pork?" He said, "Do you want to taste it?" He had on gloves. He pulled a piece of the pulled pork off. I tasted it. It was soft and tender. But as I'm looking around, he only had 2 sides, collard greens and coleslaw. Right there, that was a little turn off. I really wanted to turn around and say, never mind. But it was a young brother there. And he was telling me that his dad worked there for 10 years. And his dad got him a job there. And he'd been there going on 10 years. His dad passed away. So he gave me a sob story. He sold me. So I was like, okay, let me try to pull pork with the 2 sides that you have. He only had collard greens and he had coleslaw. But I really want ribs. I wanted barbecue ribs. So he pulls the pulled pork off, and as he pulling pieces off. He put it like on his cutting board. He started cutting the pulled pork with 2 like knives that you could grip on there and you cut meat with. So he cutting it. I wanted to say, do I get more with this? But I didn't want to be rude, so I'm just looking at him cut. And it was just a small portion of the pulled pork. Right there, I'm like, okay. Do I ask for more, or I just let him continue to do what he do? So I just let him continue to do what he do. So I was like, well, let me get the collard greens and let me get the coleslaw. And so he asked me, do you want spicy barbecue or do you want regular barbecue? So I'm saying to myself, it doesn't come with the barbecue on it. This is what I'm saying in my mind. I said, let me get the regular barbecue, and he just put it on the side. Hold on, my truck about to stop. So, once again, hold on for 1 second. Sorry about that, listeners. So once again, I'm turned off because barbecue supposed to already comes together, barbecue, and I'm just ready to eat. I'm not in the mood to be mixing all of this stuff up myself. So I'm looking at this establishment, and I'm looking around. There's nobody in there. It's just me. It's a young guy, and then there was a young guy in the back there on the grill or whatever. So I'm looking. So I'm saying to myself, I really don't even want this food. But I already got him to pull some of the pulled pork off. He had it on the cutting board. He cutting it. It was a little portion. I mean, it wouldn't even fill a baby up, to be honest with you. But he gives me the plate. He put it in a styrofoam plate. He put the collard greens in the plate, and he put the coleslaw in the plate. Now the coleslaw had it was in like a little cup, had its own cup. The collard greens was in a little cup, and then you just had to pulled pork in the styrofoam, and he just put both of the containers in there and he closed it. I'm looking at this like, what type of establishment is this, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Where I come from, if you getting a soul food plate, they gonna fill you up, fill the plate up, they gonna put it on there, you know, So I'm looking at this, he talking about $16.99. I'm like, what the heck? So he was like, do you want anything to drink with this? I was like, nah, I'm good. So right there, I'm already turned off. You know what I'm saying? So as I gave him my card, whatever, paid for it, he said, do you want the receipt? I said, yes. Just put it on a platter. I'm going to go use the restroom. I go use the restroom, wash my hand. I get my platter. I'm walking back to my truck. So as I'm walking back to my truck, I opened up the platter. I had to put the barbecue sauce on the pulled pork. So I'm mixing it slowly, dab here, dab, you know. So as I'm eating, I'm like, hey, this is pretty good though. So I'm eating it. But like I said, it wouldn't have filled a baby yet. You know what I'm saying? The portion that he gave me was small. I wanted to ask for more, but I didn't want to be ignorant, like, you know what I'm saying? So as I'm eating it or whatever, you know what I'm saying, I eat all the pork. I'm not even full. So now I'm eating the collard greens. The collard greens was pretty good. It was seasoned up. I liked it that. I put the coleslaw to the side because, you know what I'm saying, this didn't fulfill my fantasy as a food critic. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't like the service. I didn't like, you know, nothing about the whole situation. But I'm not here to degrade nobody's business, but it wasn't worth the money that I spent. So, as I'm eating this food, now I put it to the side. I go back there and I grab something to drink. You know what I'm saying? I grab like a fruit punch or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? So he was talking to me. He was like, basically, why we do not have enough food in here, there was a busload of people that came in for like 100 and something people. And he was like, they bought all the ribs. They bought everything out. He said it's a 16-hour process for the pulled pork, the ribs, or whatever. So once they run out, they got to go back, do 16 hours of prepping, and then bring it. So he was like, once, you know, everybody buys out, we're done for the day. So, you know, he must have seen the madness on my face when I went back. So, you know what I'm saying, he must have tried to plead the fifth. So he was just explaining to me like this whole busload of people just came out of nowhere and bought them out. I said, I understand. He was like, but next time you come back, I'm pretty sure we'll have what you need. So I go back to my truck, closed up for the day, start watching a movie. I finished eating my coleslaw. The coleslaw was banging. I ain't even gonna lie. So, should I go back to this restaurant and try it once again? Because that's one of my routes. Like I said, it's in Warrenton, Virginia. So, that was my first time going there. So, I'm also gonna, you know, try that again. Maybe next time I go there, hopefully they got some ribs. I don't know why I wanted ribs that day, but I needed some ribs. And they had pulled pork. I don't even know what pulled pork was, but it was okay. It was good. It fulfilled my barbecue fantasy at that moment. So, once again, here at the OG Tide Podcast, I just wanted to share light on barbecue country. And it's located in Warrenton, Virginia. If you want to Google the address, it's 9719 James Madison Highway, Warrenton, Virginia, and the zip code is 20187. Check out the pictures. You know what I'm saying? I looked at the pictures myself. It definitely need upgrading on the pictures. You know what I'm saying? They need to get up with the 2020 restaurants, because these 2020 restaurants, they banging them out. That restaurant gave me like a 1993 vibe for some reason. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they stuck in the past or whatever, but I'm out of a 1 through 10, I'm going to give that probably a 5.5. You know what I'm saying? Because everything just wasn't fulfilled to my needs. But, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the people in that community likes that place. But, you know, I'm a truck driver. I done been all around the world. So I done seen some amazing places where they serve pork. And I done seen some downgrade places like this place, BBQ Country. You know what I'm saying? They need a lot of upgrading. But I'm not here to bash nobody's business. But I'm going to give them a 5.5. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm going to try it again next time and see exactly, you know, if their service is a little better and maybe they got the food that people want. But here at the OG Top Podcast, thanks for listening. With your host, Tyrone Dawson. You guys be blessed. Stay safe. And we are out of here. Peace.